This is a second night hike video experiment. I'm experimenting with lights and everything to try and get a really cool campfire. This is going to be the campfire one. Here, I'm out on a beach. I'm using a 24mm f1.4 lens on the Sony a7Sii camera. This lens and camera are the fastest lens and camera that are conveniently available. The lens outperforms what someone would expect out of an f1.4 lens. And I built this campfire ring out of stones. The fire wouldn't spread anyway. I put down 2 layers of wood here. I've got 1 layer going this way, and this layer is going this way. And what this does is it keeps the fire off of the ground if it's damp. It's not a problem tonight, but it also gives it a base for the fire to burn out down into and make good coal so I can have a fire that stays steady. Over here I've got the tiny stuff, small, medium, and large. It's all prepared. I even have a log to sit on. So let me show you my lights. Over here I have a lume cube and it's set at 3200, 100% brightness, and I put a half orange CTO gel, actually 2 layers of it. Over here I have my light. It's another lume cube and it is just set on full brightness and 5600K. And there's a little barn door thing there to keep the light from spilling on the ground too much. This is going to be the fill light for the fire. The fire is going to be the key light. That's going to light the background. Over here I have another lume cube. This is going to be the hair light. And over here I have another lume cube, and it's set at 5600 so that it would be good for lighting up the background so it doesn't just disappear into the dark. It's got this little barn door thing on it, and this has got this little barn door thing on it. So now I'm going to get the fire going. Okay, I've got everything organized for this fire. Fortunately, this stuff is very dry. So I'm going to pick it up, light it from the bottom. The backlight is set to blue for a moonlight look. The light on the subject is set to orange for a firelight look. As soon as that gets going, I will add the next layer. And wow, I can really feel the fire. I'm going to have to get further back away from it in just a minute. Keep adding slightly larger stuff to get this fire going. And that will be a blazing fire I have to get away from in just a minute. The fire is my key light. There's my fill light. We've got the back lights. And this fire likes me. I'm going to have to stay out of it. The ISO seems to be right. This is my key light, fill light. So you have the blue moonlight and the orange glow of the fire. And hopefully my head will stand out with something kind of a hybrid purple behind me. And now it's just feed the fire, and I need some hot dogs and marshmallows to make s'mores. But I don't have those tonight. I will bring them with the crew for the next experiment. I think this is better refining the fire, and I just keep adding to this fire as it goes. And want to keep a steady state of the fire, which is why I have all this small stuff. I can just add them one at a time to keep it about this size. Over there, the beautiful river, and the sun just set. You can still see the twilight glow in the sky. And if this was at the end of a long day of hiking, it would be just wonderful by this fire. And it actually has been a long day of doing a lot. The lighting keeps the background alive. The lights that are set up for the subject are tiny and small enough for long distance backpacking. This makes a pretty good YouTube image. So that's enough to keep this thing going a long, long time. This fire is doing too good. I had to move my seat. I had to move the firewood. It's just burning like crazy because it's dry. This breeze is just really feeding the fire well. See how the video turns out, but this is really excellent fire. A big deal on making your fire really work good is how you set it up, the preparation. If this wood had been different, I might have had to saw it up more and split it, because if you're in a forest and you're trying to get dry wood and it's even the dead standing wood is wet on the outside, then you split it in half and split it in a quarter, and that inside part will be dry enough to burn and to dry out the rest of it. Well, I guess I can sit here all night and just feed it more stuff. Come over here, get the big log, just give it one for now. There we go. That can burn for hours. I could stay, well, if I wanted to stay warm all night long, I'd probably need to get a little bit more wood or just be more careful feeding it a little bit at a time. So I'm gonna watch and see how it burns down. The fire is really dying down now. It's really getting dark, but hey, this is pretty cool here. Up there, the sky is just dark, dark because the moon isn't out. Past the twilight. A little bit of light out there. I don't think it shows much. See if there's some stars. And this fire is just doing perfect because there's so much set up and planned, and see how it looks on the video in this experiment. Yeah, I could burn for hours with that wood, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to let it burn down. The wind's blowing on my gel on the fill light. Fire's dying down. Trying again with different light settings. I cut my rim light, the hair light, back to half, and I'm going to see how that does with the different lighting. I think it was getting a little bit too purple in here. With the fire dying down, it's not putting out as much. I think that's a good deal, having the wind blowing on the gel, because it creates more of that firelight kind of flickering. Now I've moved my lights around. I adjusted my backlight, and I put a filter, star filter on the lens. One more thing to do with the star filter, and that is to turn this on. So I'll turn this way down. Got a headlight on. Got the fire is doing the star filter thing, and the headlight is doing the star filter thing. Got different lighting to see if I can better pick up some of the background out there. And I'm making one more try, move my backlight again to see if I can get more light on the background and show more of the beach. It's all an experiment, and this was lots of fun, and next time I bring my buddies and brats and s'mores and everything, and we'll do it that way. I think this gives an idea better on the lighting. So I'm gonna let this burn down, and then I'm gonna run down and see if I can do another night video of the river. And now this is a whole different way. I've got the lights turned down all the way, and see how the lighting works here. Got the ISO and the camera up. See if that picks up better background. And I'm gonna go turn that one light on for light the background more. The fire's dying. It's really burned well. This is different lighting techniques. I've got my lights on me turned all the way down. I got the one on the far background turned all the way up, and the one behind me on the background at 15%. So see if this gets a better background view as this fire burns down and actually everything is just getting darker, and still have this star filter on. I'll have to try a streak filter and see how that one does too. Even with the same f-stop, other lenses don't compete with this lens. It is a magical unicorn. I don't know what else to describe it. How does it do so excellent when it is so dark? My other lens, this f1.8, will do dark stuff, but nothing compared to this. It's been good. It's been real good. It's time to put the fire out and go home. See y'all next time.